death fog. Good thing I'm immune. Still, this means trouble.
Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here. Hear that, kid? We need to go!
But what about the ladder? It's right over there. You can go straight down. Thank you, thank you, thank you!
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear? Had to open your big mouth, didn't you?
Never leave someone.
The Magister lies on the floor.
Playing dead, are you? Probably a good idea.
If you could walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void broken!
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Let the games begin. Hurts, doesn't it?
They who are about to triumph.
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
don't have much time.
Let's head above decks for some math.
We need to wait.
There's no time.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? This must be Fort Joy. thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves.
The child considers your statement.
You're weird. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching the shadows cloaking your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here than inside anyway. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what you'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared.
It's broken. Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
I know you.
Thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright blood... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in... You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away. Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the wave...
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before it, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince. The All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and the grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good. The undead? Like your good self, you... Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels can fool me? But don't worry. I have studied the arcane arts for years, including necromancy and demonology. I do not hold the petty prejudices of... So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Wizardry is embedded in my nature as deeply as the instincts to breathe and drink and mate. The dominion over fire suits me best, truth be told, but there is no school of magic I cannot master. Very well. Onwards, then, to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're as your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we... Yes. Is it an audience you desire? There was a small incident which prompted my many rivals to move against me. Such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself it should exempt as a matter of course. Notice that, did you? For future reference, if I don't answer a question, it's because I don't want to. I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? We can exchange criminal records later. There isn't much to say, but for the fact it's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be world-changing. I just know it. How you lack in vision. By the time I'm done, I will have real castles in the sky. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I will be, then grow beyond being. I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny outcropping in the sea. To that end, I suggest we focus on the obvious. A farewell... As am I. A prince should die of old age or on the battlefield. That said, I've the distinct feeling I wasn't meant to die today. For despite your heroics, I was still cast, but there was something in the water. A voice made of air that soothed my flooding lungs. There was sudden light, warmth, life. Truly, how intriguing. To hear a voice whilst drowning is a rather still.
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person? A pity. Religious persons tend to be all too self-important in their supposed humility. As for myself, I perform the ancient rites of prayer, and after all, when one is revered by many as a living god oneself, public deprecation would be needlessly self-important as well, wouldn't you say?
A black cat? Well, some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intent. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused. The cat's eyes are clouded. It appears. The cat's eyes are clouded. It appears.
Deplorable surrounding for an agreeable conversation, but go ahead.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey. It appears confused, and yet some...
I never want to set foot on a stuffy old boat ever again. Never! Now where shall I put this one? Now where shall I put this one? Hey lady, it's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Adults always want to talk. Can't I...
Wasted effort.
We already know the truth, Magister. Now speak. I am a proud loyal to you. I would not think about subverting our cause. Your God has asked you a question. Answer him. Need I refuse myself? I know nothing of any we already
All that digging for nothing.
Your godwoman has asked you a question. Answer him. Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, elf!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only... The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, Dallas.
Yes, Your Holiness.
I believe we're done.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere. Hush. Hush now.
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
A single name throbs across your brain. Verdas, Verdas, Verdas. He must...
Wasted effort.
Where is he?
I got my eye on you, Moss Muncher. Don't try any of that sauce business on my watch or I'll do to you what the hammer did to that traitor. Well, that's true now, isn't it? With that little ring around your neck, you can't conjure so much as a boo. Like a cat without its claws, ain't you? Bishop's the son of the dead divine. Don't know when we'll get a new one. And the hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. Earned that name for a reason, she did. When you give up the darkness that's inside you, take your fault, it's there, mine. But they're working on a cure for you even now. Got some good leads, so I hear. During the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with God when we lost him? Well, it only made sense to see his will for it. Can't for certain. But I reckon when God himself gives his life to protect you, you don't... Wait! So that's what we do. Lucian gave his life to protect Rivellon. Fort Joy ain't no summer camp. No one said it were, but it's the best we've got to Hey, you again. Make it quick.
I can't wait all day. He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Did you see them? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. Can't be pretty.
Come on, old man.
The Geists, dummy. The Hammer and Alexandra had 2 in tow just a moment ago. Ugh. Thought you lot would be interested in a thing like that.
I told him at noon exactly. Didn't I? Where is he?
Ah, no reason. Settle in, eh? The Magister will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though.
Come on then, Lexi. Hey up. Did you see them, miss? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself? They were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. Easy enough to say in times of peace, but look around. The Voidwoken are coming, miss. And it's...
A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. Day and night. Yeah, that, Farah? You gotta cut that out. What's happened to you? Aye, she needs help, but none that I can give. Mad as a cuckoo, that one, and twice as loud. What else do you call hollering after a ghost? That child of hers she's shouting after's been dead and buried a month over. Killed by a voidwoke, and there ain't no amount of hollering that'll...
Please, can you... An elf! Stay away, cannibal! If I find out you've gone near my baby, I'll skin you alive! Please! Please, just... Mummy's right here. Where are you? Irma? Irma!
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
I don't think I ain't.
Please, can you... An elf! Oh, bless you. Bless you. She's... Irma's her name. She's about as high as your hip. Black of hair. A quiet child. I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger to help me find her. I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was washing out her tunic. I turned from her for one moment, and she was gone. Left her doll behind, too. Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her, give her the doll and tell her, Mummy said...
She soaks up a steady stream of tears with her...
She ought to come with you, then. She ought to follow you back to me. This place turns people cold. Cold and wicked. That fellow Jeth over there speaks unutterable evil, but I can't move. You are an angel.
The cat's eyes are clouded. It appears confused.
What of it? Yeah, what of it?
Mummy's
pair of you filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy girl.
Right hand, my winker. Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart. Mummy's right here. Where are you?
I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue just to this road.
What of it? Yeah, what of it?
Ah, grab it in your gobblers, the both of you.
If you don't like the game, Topsy...
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Don't touch me. You're too close. This collar, this place, it's squeezing the life from me. Oh, it won't budge. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. What are you doing? It's this... It's getting tighter. I can...
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue just to this round.
What of it?
Yeah, what of it? Ah, grab it in your gobblers, the both of you.
Don't like the game, Topsy. Well...
No. Just a pair of you filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
It's too tight.
When another divine
Say,
rises,
I don't know any elvish ditties. Got nothing spicy enough to keep my mind off this place for a few bars.
we find sources so dangerous. What in his death caused?
Don't break your head vain now. Been that long since you've been up.
But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and doesn't look up as you approach.
The ground. I don't know what you... I'm just trying to work it out. What happened? My mind? What else, my friend? I'm wondering why. All of this. Source, the Voidwoken, the Divine. Why? No doubt the two are related. Perhaps if we can reverse the cause of our mistake. When another divine arises, will Source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Yet so quickly, we find Source so dangerous. What in his death caused it? So Voidwoken are attracted to Source. But why? When another divine arises, will Source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Why hasn't Alexander?
You again? Tell me, are you alone? It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group affair. In that case, listen up. You must think me mad to approach a stranger, but this camp is full of cowards and I'm running out of time. Fast. Too fast. Way too fast. I've been here a long time. Longer than anyone else. People get taken sometimes. Some folk, I have a way out of here. It won't be easy, and Are you interested? Believe whatever you want. This may be your only chance at leaving this place. Take it or don't. Atta girl. Who wouldn't? Finally, someone with a little sense. The plan's simple. Completely foolproof. I have a spell that I can use to teleport you. There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. Then I can use my spell to free you in turn. This item, though, it's in quite an unfortunate location. What? You think I'm being lazy? No, this is sheer pragmatism. You see, I need someone who can handle themselves in a scrap. The item's within a crocodilian nest on a beach nearby. I'll mark the position for you. Get that artifact, and you and I are as good as free. Go give those...
Sam. I won't say it again.
Come on, John. Don't be unreasonable. Better even to puke yourself to death than get purged, don't you think?
Please, excuse us.
You're talking to me, not her, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian, Ballad.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me.
A flat smile twitches across Balladier's lips.
She never did like you. Bastard.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
Don't feel too bad. Fella had no decency. If you don't have that, you don't have anything to live for. Maybe they're onto something then. Maybe we do.
He nods at you and turns back to his handiwork. He lines up another...
I'll be with you soon, love. Wouldn't know a thing about you and I, Gretty.
Nothing here.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey. Its eyes... The dog focuses at the cat at your feet, baring its teeth and growling.
See if you're spirit to fight the Reaper. Frightfully busy at the moment, love. Haven't got any liquor on hand, have you? This fella could use a little comfort. Wouldn't be a proper healer if I didn't. Go on, what are you after? Why, look at that. Just what I ordered. Ain't you a peach, love? And a poor fella over there crossed one of Griff's card sharks and got a club to the skull. Don't to be sure, but I'd like to ease.
The man sleeps so deeply, he might as well be dead to the world.
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves through lips gummed with human gore. It turns to you with great effort, pain apparent in every...
You. Quite lost. Now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow? Quickly now, for I haven't much time.
The creature gingerly takes the plant into his bloodied hands. He runs his fingertips over the white flowers.
Darling, dear darling child. Hello, yarrow girl.
The creature clenches the plant tightly. His breath quickens. He seems liable to lunge at you at the...
You wouldn't understand. Father's...
The creature begins to weep. Fast, silent tears spill from his eyes as he clutches...
For you, my ring, heart of me, name of Migo. You, what? What is it? Go. Told you, didn't I? They crossed my wires, hammer goes clang, and then the worms crawl in. Clang, clang, horrible old sadist. Filled my brain with holes. Name of Migo, come out of Arx. My daughter's a magister. Pretty head. It's been too long, my dear. Yarrow girl, you've grown, you have. Darrow girl, you've grown, you have.
All that digging for nothing.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long...
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time, I'll let my needle do the licking. There is no other elf like me.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Let me tell you, once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar. But now I'm free, of sorts. And I've traced that. I intend to raise the subject with him. No!
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. I was certain. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided deers around here would argue such a thing is impossible. Well, oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push? You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you. I'm not quite sure the weather will save.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Yes, the needle did find you rather tough to chew. Then again, I already knew I'd have to push hard. This may strike you as, rather eccentric. But the thought of traveling with one...
She tilts her head ever so slightly and looks at you almost mockingly. You can't help but contemplate with both dread and delight.
Yes. Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth, the quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours. I do enjoy swinging a claymore and seeing heads pop like corks, blood spouting like sparkling wine. If that's the sort of thing you're after. Suits me fine. Lead on. Or better yet, let me take the lead. Then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but at least she's... The cat's eyes are it appears...
Your eyes brim with inquiry, so ask. Huh. Hardly. I walked up to the quay, asked for the ship to Fort Joy, and declared I'm here to hunt, remember? Here to play a game of tic-tac-terminate with a special certain someone. In a final heartbeat. Why? Did you assume I wouldn't? Ha! As it happens, that invitation is why... Your flesh is weak. All flesh is weak. But your spirit remained strong as your flesh was being pierced. That I admire. We may see no bars, but we are firmly behind them here and now. As I hunt for answers, escape must ever be on our minds. Let's save those for later, shall we? Not quite the thing I tend to share. Ha! Nonsense. We've already cheated death coming here. We have... Ha! Shouldn't be too hard, trust me. May require some...
So this is Fort Joy.
Surely you'll have one.
What a crumbling disaster.
Scram, snake face.
Can we get on with this already?
Warfare is worship.
Nice. Just nice. Hoping the next batch is better than 9.
You come to fight. You come to prove yourself. You come to be worthy. There can only be one, and you have but...
She scoffs.
To prove you are the one. Never mind. The one does not ask such a question. Good. Who aids you? Choose wisely. Whether you fail or succeed, you do not fight more than once.
don't become the one by winning just a match or two.
Each day brings us one step closer.
You cannot hurry the one. Patient.
Hey, I heard about you. Had a go in the arena, didn't ya? So, how'd it go? Fine by me. I hope you weren't so closed-lipped to the burnished one, though. You oughta. I don't think that's the last you'll be seeing of him. There are the... Hey, I heard about you. Ah, too bad. And here I thought everyone won their first match. Did you speak? You oughta.
Psst. Hey, you're a little light in your pack, ain't you, girl? Who could blame? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Boss don't mind where the gold comes from, long as he gets his cut. Have a look, why don't you? Your cash is plenty good here. Only the finest, you know.
Worse than war rations, these. Worse than war rations, these. Worse than war rations, these.
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh?
Keep it down, will ya?
Worse than war rations, these.
Hey, you're a little light in your pack there, gorgeous, ain't ya? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Hey, oh, nice try, Midge. Now, put that...
Griff is slowly, methodically peeling the skin from a potato. As you approach, he looks...
What? Who's asking?
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh?
He smirks and holds the little knife up to the...
I'm listening.
He points the tip of his blade at the grisly sight of the elf hunched over, clutching his knees.
I solve my own problems. Can't help you there. If I could, I wouldn't be here peeling goddamn potatoes. Oh, they'll cure you of your sauce. Nightshade will cure you. Sure. Have a look. Good stuff, huh? Worse than war rations, these.
If a magister finds this on you, you forget my name, here?
Got it?
Leave him be. Don't make...
Listen, I can help you if you just...
Shut up, elf. This clown caught him stealing from my kitchen. Still won't say where he stashed my supplies. Sound like someone you'd let off with a slap on the wrist. Caught him red-handed trying to make off with a second crate after he took the first. Went down like a rent boy when we grabbed him. Supplies. Crate of food, citrus in particular. He'll talk, or he'll die quiet. Ain't been here long, have ya? No one gets to have it.
He twirls his knife between his fingers.
Divine's gone. This blade is the only god watching over Fort Joy. Alls I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die in a gutter instead of my kitchen. Listen up.
Not like this. There's too many of them.
Then it looks like you ain't leaving.
Show yourself!
Let me guess. You're here for a match. Dunno what you heard, but they won't take it easy on you just 'cause you're an elf. Ha! That's the spit.
Watch yourself, girl.
Hey, why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Boss don't mind where the gold comes from. Let's just say... fend for yourself.
Griff is slowly...
What? Who's asking?
He smirks.
I'm listening. Sure. Good stuff, huh?
He points the tip of...
I solved my own problem. They'll cure you of your sauce. Knights can't help you there. Sure. Have a look. Good stuff, huh?
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh?
Worse than war rations. Leave him be. Listen. Shut up, elf. This clown, you caught him stealing from my kitchen supplies. Crate of food. A sitch. Ain't been here long, have ya?
He twirls his knife.
Divine's gone. This blade, all I want is my supplies.
An elf, caked in mud and blood, looks up at you from the bottom of the cave.
You believe what he says? That I am a thief? Perceptive. Like most men behind bars, I'm innocent. Like most of us here on the island, in fact. Aren't you like me, looking for a way out? I do. I prepare, but you guess I need something too. I know a way out. I show you. And you help me out of here. I cannot die in this cage. Trust is all we have here. I do not counterfeit. I have finally. Griff releases me if he sees I do not have what he misses. You must find after I am free, you are free. I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. You know how he does? Like so. For some time, I think Griff takes his own supplies. But I see the anger in him that Griff is a powerful man. Power is mysterious. In case you haven't, I intend no harm. I want only some provisions. A bit of bread, a potato or two. Nothing Griff should be loath to. You understand. Thank you.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves did mean so much.
Please.
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh?
So quickly, we find
What do you
sources
want,
so
freak?
What in his death caused it? So the Voidwoken are attracted to swords.
If Boss trusts you to find something for him, you better not disappoint him. You mean that guy in the cage? Oh, I don't associate with elves. Fella says he's innocent, but you know how they lie. Yeah, Boss is awful passionate about. Boss will be fine. He's got himself in a fit state now, but as soon as another shipment comes in... Out the fort? To where then? The death swamps or the ocean brimming with... Make it quick. Hell if I know. Don't rightly know if it can be done. If they take the sauce out of you, sure. Pelham, I made it as far as the Hollow Marshes even. They dragged his corpse back the next day. Head pulled clean off by a goat. I never seen one myself, but me cousin up in Gore said one appeared from the clear sky one day and ate up every child under the age of... Watch yourself.
When another divine arises, will source change back?
Heading into the kitchen? Don't try anything funny around, Griff. I'm watching you.
Worse than war rations, these.
Well, he runs this place and everyone in it, including you. Careful. Don't want to catch Griff in a bad mood.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
The shrine depicts Lucian the Divine, avatar of the 7 gods. A low, resonant vibration hums. Your knees buckle. The hum grows louder.
Shrine, by the looks of it.
Bow your head, please! If we chant the endless prayer, the next divine will ascend, even if your kind has displeased the god so terribly of late. So do I. By the divine, so do I. If Bishop Alex... Some blame the Voidwoken for Alexander's failure to ascend. If all we sorcerer...
Stay down, you! Disgusting like sweat.
Right, God. Will you quit dragging this on? Lay down. Just hand over the gold.
So, what's the news? Hurry, eh? My number could be up.
Like all the blokes. He say he'll touch it all day long. Combs it out all dilly eye day.
You, elf. What you heard about a crate of stolen supplies. And don't you lie to me now. If I did, I wouldn't give 'em up to you. Griff sent me, not you. Look, I'm Griff's right hand, and I'm gonna find that crate, and you're gonna what? Still here? Thought you would have gotten cured by. Heard of anyone that might have taken Griff's supplies yet? Empty? Who gives a goblin's ass? The point is to get back the supplies inside. Come on, noggin thirsty. If I weren't on orders from Griff.
I find any bread. I want no. Dear one, help me teach this beast. He must.
Respect. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of it.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined.
Ah, get out of here.
The elf smiles and bows to you.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours. He grips your hand tight as a vice and pauses. His fingertips feel your finger bone.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I've just got a small errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place? The usual way. 2 heads are better than 1. And when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
He grins, sharp teeth.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Can do. Onwards.
He scans the horizon.
Right you are.
I saw what you did there, convincing Burrow not to lay down the law on that elf. Your kind stick together like stink on garbage.
So, time to find this Boris fellow. You've read my contract. What does that look in your eye mean?
He raises an eyebrow and folds his arms, appraising you.
Me, not you. But you can come along for the ride. Good to know. And likewise, with whatever. Tired of the view in here yet? I am too, I must say. Good to know someone's got your back when the going's tough.
Seeming surprised, Ifan gladly takes the drink from your hands and downs a hefty glug.
Ah, that hit the spot.
He holds the flagon out to you. The alcohol hits you like the void itself. Your head spins and your feet feel unsteady. Suddenly, being stuck in a prison ruled by the despotic order does...
This reminds me of sharing Rotgut with Roost and the boys back at... So tell me, if we weren't stuck here, what would you be doing with your time? Not what I'd choose for myself, but you do. Relic of Flame. That brew went straight to my bladder.
The sun shines bright upon this island, but...
I'm not picking that up. I could try moving it. I'm not picking that up. I could try moving it.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. Me? I know who I am. At least I think I do. Sometimes it feels like... No, I know who I am. Who are you? Huh? Yes, survival.
The cat shakes its head, as if trying to wake up from a deep sleep. The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with... The cat's eyes are clouded and it appears confused, and yet somehow compelled to... The cat's eyes...
As soon as I saw that glint in your eye, I knew we'd make a solid team.
He freezes and shoots you a wary glance, looking for all the world like...
Well, why not? Go ahead.
He shrugs, looking off...
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job. Stick with me, and I'll introduce you to my pack. It's good to have a trade. Sometimes the contracts keep me going when I'm not sure what else could. Not much, I'll tell you that. Why? What do you think of them? Huh. But they can't keep the likes of us locked up too long, I'll wager.
You, elf, what you heard about a crate of stolen supplies? And don't you lie to me if I weren't on orders from Griff.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cunt you are.
Say what you will about the...
Have your cud.
Disgusting, just like all your kind.
Dear one, help.
Respect.
An intense look.
Just stand.
Lone wolf.
The thug.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not. Everyone in camp's got to contribute.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp.
Burrow look.
Ah, get it.
The elves.
Follow me. Before more. There is a safe.
Ifan rolls his...
Good work.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake.
Suit yourself. Probably wise. Say, you don't look... I've just got a small errand to run.
He shrugs.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job. The usual. 2 heads are better than 1.
He grins.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in.
He scans the hut.
Right you are. I'd say we're making good progress already, no? I am too, I must say. Good to know someone's got... Well, I've got a contract to complete.
Ifan shrugs off his backpack and reaches into its depths. After rummaging...
Have a read of my contract and... So, time to find this Boris fellow. Ah, you've read my contract. What does that look in your eye mean?
He stares at you, face cold as graveyard clay.
You wouldn't want to do a thing like that.
Suddenly he smiles, expression thawing to something approximate.
And I know you won't. You'll be helping me, right? Good to know. And like... As soon as I saw that glint in your eye, I knew we'd make a solid team.
Seeming surprised, he holds the flagon. The alcohol hits you like...
This reminds me of... So tell me, if we weren't stuck here, what would you be doing with your time? Not what I'd choose for myself, but relic of flesh.
So good.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey.
What? How? What? No, that can't. Huh? Yeah.
The cat opens his mouth. The cat's eyes are